Aaron, I don't know if you could see when you were giving your girlfriend a shout out, she was trying to jump up and get your attention, but she's so short, I don't think you could see her from up there. Let's move to our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a professional boxing bout scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds at 165-pound catch weight. Let's meet our fighters. Introducing first out of the blue corner, Jesus VELASCO.
This is it, fight fans. Sparta Fight Night 18 Strikers Quest. Our main event of the evening, our only pro fight on the card. This is pound for pound promotions in association with Sparta, bringing us this pro 147-pound welterweight boxing fight. 6 3-minute rounds. Jesus VELASCO making his way to the ring. He's a representative of Hammond Boxing Gym out of Chicago, Illinois.
His opponent, out of the red corner, Anthony Soto.
Anthony True Soha Soto, coming to us from Pueblo, Colorado as a representative of True Boxing and Havoc Boxing. Mr. Soto, he of the purple boxing shoes. Excuse me, pink is what I meant to say there. Although that might just be how they're showing on my screen. We'll see once he gets into the ring. All right, I'll tail the tape for the final time this evening. Jesus VELASCO out of Chicago, Illinois. 41 years old, is an orthodox fighter. Strong record of 15, 30, and 2. Man, that's a lot of experience. 6 feet tall, 147 pounds. Facing off against the Pueblo, Colorado fighter, Anthony Soto. This 147-pound fight at 6 feet tall. He has a record of 10 and 0, 23 years of age. He also is an orthodox fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sparta! Introducing first, out of the Mike Maroney Ford blue corner. He's an orthodox style fighter with a record of 15 wins, 30 losses, 2 no contests. He stands 6 foot tall, weighed in at 165 pounds with Hammond Boxing Gym. From Hammond, Illinois, Jesus Gilgo VELASCO. His opponent, out of the Castle Rock Hormone Health red corner. He's an orthodox style fighter with a record of 10 wins, no losses. He stands 6 foot tall, weighted at 165 pounds with True Boxing, Havoc Boxing. From Pueblo, Colorado, Anthony True Soldier Soto. Referee, Oscar Martinez.
Gentlemen, you've had your final instructions. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Gentlemen, let's keep those punches above these lines here. Do we understand? Touch them up. Back to your corners, please. Thank you.
VELASCO wears the blue gloves and Soto wears the red gloves. Referee Oscar Martinez, third in the ring for this, our main event of the evening, 6 3-minute rounds. Pro boxing.
JR, we made it to the main event.
Here we are. We have Velasco on our cards. It says ALCAZAR on the screen, so we'll go by what the screen says. ALCAZAR coming to us from Chicago, Illinois. Comes up about 1,000 feet in elevation to be here this evening. We'll see if that plays into the conditioning at all, as this is a 6-round fight, our longest fight of the evening. Wow, that was a run-on sentence.
ALCAZAR has actually been here for the last 3 months training too. So
Excellent. Little inside knowledge I didn't have. Usually for adaptation to elevation to take effect physiologically is minimum an 8-week process. So if he's been here for 3 months, he is definitely reaping some of the benefits of coming up in altitude and training. It's folks that show up a week early and think they're going to get some advantage to it, not so much.
yeah, it is a real benefit if you're here to adjust and acclimate.
Bit of a modified pace to start things out, but both these guys sitting down on their punches, looking to have some authority, want the other to taste the power that they have.
It's actually a very good fight for Soto with a boxer that's so experienced in ALCAZAR. Hey, you're looking at, 45 fights versus 10. Sorry, 47 fights.
47 it is, yes indeed. At that point, 1 or 2, not making that much difference. Soto, good job digging to the body, then comes over the top with the solid right.
It is a very good exchange there in the corner. Soto really pressuring him in.
In the corner of Soto screaming, sit down, sit down. That means they want him to put power in his punches. Don't just throw with your arms, get your hips and your feet, and as we talked about earlier, get those legs in there.
That experience from ALCAZAR shows in that corner, though, because he's able to fight out of it.
Although he did let himself stay there for quite a while.
That he did.
So must have been comfortable with his defense, with that having been said. Soto does a nice job of looping around the guard with his hook punches. ALCAZAR has his guard high and tight in front of his face, but Soto is still making head contact.
Soto had some really nice punches in that round. Near the end, ALCAZAR started really kind of blinking those eyes quickly. Looks like he's getting a little bit dazed in there.
Dazed and confused, as it were.
I was talking with Julian Vigil earlier today before this fight, and he was actually echoing the same thing, that for Soto to come in against a fighter who has that much experience, it's a very good learning experience in a fight for him. Shows some things that he needs to overcome with a fighter like this, some of that resilience.
And what we're seeing on the replay is where ALCAZAR allowed himself to be backed into the corner and stay there for a prolonged time, and Soto took full advantage.
I do love those pink shoes.
Likewise, my friend.
Soto's really good at changing levels as well.
As if on cue. He talked about ALCAZAR between rounds blinking his eyes quite a bit, trying to get himself back into it. His footwork doesn't look quite as crisp here starting the second as it did. He's almost wobbled himself a couple of times.
Yeah, very heavy on the foot. A very nice exchange there from ALCAZAR.
ALCAZAR fired back nicely.
Soto's doing very good staying patient in there as well.
agreed, there's points where it seems like he could really go off and maybe start to inflict some serious damage, possibly a knockdown, but he doesn't get too excited about it. Just keeps his mind in the fight.
Yeah, I think in doing that, right, he keeps his defense there as well, so he doesn't open himself up for that counter strike.
Which may be ALCAZAR's game plan, considering how we saw him let himself stay in the corner.
Right.
Knows that his defense is solid. Although, again, I was talking about Soto having his punches go around the guard of ALCAZAR's head earlier. Now he's going around the guard on the body, and he's landed shots on both sides.
And those are very heavy body shots.
They are. He's really digging those in. That's
oh,
what
that
his
was a
corner
very
said.
good one.
Yep. And to the liver went one of those. His corner earlier was asking him to sit down on his punches, and that's what he's doing with his body shots.
JR, you've been doing this a long time. For some of the fighters or the watchers right now, why is the liver shot so important for them?
If you hit the liver correctly, it's basically an off switch for the body. It's a tremendous amount of pain, and even if you're able to tough it out and you still want to continue to work, neurologically your body just shuts off for a minute. And sometimes there's a delayed reaction. You'll see a liver shot happen and then a slow count of 2, and then the fighter just drops to his knees. And that's because, like I said, neurologically his body just shut down.
It's the magic switch. And Soto is doing very good targeting the body, the heavy body shots. You see how red ALCAZAR is already right around the ribs, especially there on the left side.
And for those unaware, the liver's on the right side of the body under the floating rib, almost directly on the side, straight down from the shoulder. So that would be the left body hook of Soto that would have effect going to the liver, or ALCAZAR should he start to utilize that tactic. And
there's
that was it right there. Basically, ALCAZAR's tattoo on that side is a target.
You never really want to draw your opponent to a spot where they can hurt you, but...
Like the Far Side cartoon, bummer of a birthmark, Hal. The deer with the bullseye birthmark. All right, enough of that silliness. Wow, Far Side reference. Nice. The last thing Soto's corner said was keep working that body.
Soto came out right away and took the middle of the ring, making ALCAZAR have to work around on the outside. So Soto's doing very good at asserting himself in there.
Yeah, almost all the offense in this bout has come from Soto. ALCAZAR counterpunching, which in and of itself is offensive technique. But as far as initiating the exchanges, Soto's been the one that's been getting off probably better than 90% of the time.
There he goes, gets a knockdown on that left hook.
ALCAZAR, again, showing off the experience by bringing himself back into the fight here.
I was going to say, the first 2 rounds, ALCAZAR was doing very good with that defense. It had a very tight guard on that, and then it started to loosen up there in the corner right before that knockdown.
Oh, another wicked body shot that staggered ALCAZAR. And you can see ALCAZAR dropping his left elbow now. He's trying to protect that liver side of his body, but unfortunately what that does is opens him up to headshots.
Absolutely.
And that was a right shot to the body, a right hand. And that's going to be it. Congratulations, Mr. Soto. The true boxing and havoc boxing fighter out of Pueblo, Colorado, keeps his record perfectly intact at 11-0.
JR,
well done in our main event, sir.
I'm going to get that official time. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for letting me do some of this with you.
Likewise, my man.
We'll see you tomorrow night, but you'll hear me in a minute.
Some of ALCAZAR's offensive output being shown in this portion of the replay, but Soto weathered it well, got in close, got the clinch, and then had the referee separation. And from the outside, that's where Soto did almost all of his work this fight. Really great job mixing the shots between body and head, but primarily it was that body attack that garnered him the most effect. All right, up to Stewie.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Oscar Martinez called a stop to this bout 1 minute, 42 seconds into the third round, declaring your winner with a TKO, Anthony True Soldier Soto!
Congratulations, True Soldier Soto. Stays undefeated, 11-0. Goes home with our main event victory.
Big Sexy, take it away, our good friend of real estate.
Get excited, Sparta. I'm here with your winner. Congratulations on that fight. Man, you got some power. What do you do to get a punch thrown like that with that much power?
Yeah, you just got to make sure your legs are behind you, your hips, you're sitting right. You can't be off balance when you're throwing punches. You ain't going to have nothing.
I need to take lessons from you. I swear, man. I promise. So what are you looking forward to doing next?
Shit, just keep going. Thankfully, you know, I got my fans here, my friends, my family, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you guys. I want to thank all my sponsors, and I want to thank Sparta for putting me on tonight. They've helped us out a lot, and I appreciate that so much. And I want to thank Pound for Pound, too. They've helped us out a lot, thankfully. Yeah.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. What do you want to do next? Are you coming back to Sparta, or are you looking for another fight somewhere else?
We want to come back to Sparta and keep working. Come back in November 9th, I think. That's when we're coming back. So
woo! Get excited, Sparta. We're going to see him again November 9th. And you just said who do you want to thank, but I want to give you one more shot. Is there anybody else you might have forgot?
I mean, I thanked all my people, everyone here, you know. I love all of them, and they really helped me out a lot. All my coaches, all my people, and all the Denvers helped me out, too. They've all had a lot of people here that are there for me, and I appreciate everything they all do for me. So I think that's everybody.
Okay, good. Sparta, we are going to end tonight. Congratulations, my friend, on a great win. And we will see you back here tomorrow, right, Stewie? Here you go.
That's right. Thanks, Big Sexy. Everybody, we will see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, right here on the grass, we've got a cage. We've got MMA and kickboxing action coming your way. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7:30 start time for our fights tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll see you in November 9th. Bare knuckle for Sparta up in Loveland at the Blue Federal Credit Union Arena. We'll see you then. Good night.